Hi OPHIUCHUS, this is your channel messages for the 10th, no wait. You know that is with age. When you're old, you're never really lonely because there's always going to be someone young trying to scam you. Anyways, January the 11th OPHIUCHUS, you are the oldest of the zodiac signs. Yes, you're represented by the old bald-headed man. So I'm getting something about old age. You're getting old. Something about your age, okay? Also, I saw something on YouTube with the 57-year-old woman crying because she's pregnant again. No, I hear Gordon Ramsay said the same thing, and he's a man. His wife wanted to have another baby, and he was saying, what's going to happen when I go up to the school? I'm going to be going up in crutches. Listen, when you are older, the advantages of having kids when you're older is that you can teach them things. Now, when you're young and you have kids, usually you're trying to still figure out your life while you're raising kids. I mean, even when people have kids in 20s, and them usually break up with the dads of the kids. Them usually trying to date again. Rarely mothers focus them whole entire 20s dedicated solely to them child. That's why I have a lot of women complaining about men not wanting to date women with children. Because while them raising children, you're focusing on your life. Now, again, me see this woman I cry. Sweetie, why are you crying? You're crying because you're old and you have baby, so what? And then this woman is going to say that other kids going to make fun of her kid. You're older. Why is your mindset that way? Let me tell you a list of things you can tell your kids if you are a person having kids in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or even 60s. So, the first thing you can teach your kids is to say, my mother didn't fuck early, unlike your mother. So anytime them teasing your child about the fact that their mommy is 40 and them daddy is 50, say, at least my mommy never fuck young. Okay? The second thing you can say is, did your mommy and daddy have house together before they had sex? Because my mommy is 57 and she have house. That's another thing you can say as well. Now the third thing that I want you older parents to instill in your child is, where's your dad? Because popular is the contrary, a lot of 20-year-old mothers, they have conflict with their dads because they're 20, Brody. So yeah, Gordon Ramsay had this even to a man. The man said the same thing. When we got older with a newborn, yes. What is wrong with that? Someone says that you're only on your YouTube to promote 30 and 40 and 50-year-olds to have kids. Yes. Do you have a problem with that? No, I'm just saying, are you not promoting, like, you know, women under 35 to have kids, knowing that the risk to having kids? No. And yeah, so like, Brody, no. The good thing is that you're much more experienced. You're older, you have patience. Think about your patience in your 20s versus your patience in your 50s. Now, it all depends on the reason. If you're an older person, why you have kids? Because you're old and you don't have no kids and you need to hurry up and have one? Or were you in a relationship and never even think this would have been possible? That is a blessing to me. And I rather you have your kid at 57 than have your kid at 27. This is my opinion. OPHIUCHUS, the healer, okay? Whether you had kids or you didn't have kids, you're much more mature in life. This baby going to be smooth sailing. It's just your body to carry it. That's it. Anyways, let's go ahead and go into your reading. I'm getting something about age, older. Yeah, by the time the child is 10, you're 65. That's okay. Kids usually do better with their grandparents. Let's go. We have Aries. So I'm getting the Emperor. I'm getting you're a man. You could be an older woman, businessy. You never had kids. All of a sudden, whoop, you're pregnant. Like Oprah, for example. You never had kids. You're old in age. Whoop, you're pregnant for some reason. But Aries is masculine, so it could be a man. We're getting you never had kids. Maybe not because you were infertile, but you never had kids. And now you grow up, you think about, if you really have a newborn now, you want to adopt? Why don't adopt a kid 10 years? But in a still not make no sense. What is the problem? Who will make fun of you? Kids, brody, you can kick them. Like who? adults, other parents, man, you wait until 50 to have your kid. Yeah. And make sure if you did wait until blood clot 50 as a man to have your kid, make sure the girl who you have your kid with look very young. So at least if you look old, your wife look young with her baby. Okay, it's not going to be like fucking Hugh Hefner marrying a Playboy bunny and them never had fucking kids. You notice that Melania had kids? Melania had a child. You know that, right? Okay, and look for Melania years later compared to some other wives. I'm just saying, some other politician wives do not look like Melania. They look old. They look Botoxed. Them look fucking volume 40 with bleach, blue dye. That's how the fucking wives look. The wives don't look like Melania, and she had a baby. It's not like you're an older man being with a younger girl or a girl who look younger and you just don't want to have kids with her. Like John Cena. John Cena, you know, say full of shit. I watched John Cena and Bella. But watch them, and him full of shit. He's full of shit. But I don't know if John Cena needs to talk to Tony Robbins. So you need some healing. You came to the right place. Tony Robbins, please go help John Cena. Because Tony Robbins is what John Cena would have been. And you see how, okay, look on Tony Robbins' wife. That was a shocker. Tony Robbins' wife wasn't like Jeff Bezos' wife. I'm sorry, new wife. Tony Robbins' wife is as mature as him. That's how I knew that Tony Robbins, him was an actual good motivational speaker. He wasn't with no young. I'm telling you, the immigrants are the one who's coming into the country. They're eating your dogs. Meanwhile, Jess, Melania, you have something to. You need to speak English. English in America. Je no hablo español. It is nice that we are here for Baron, right? It wasn't like that. When I see Tony Robbins' wife, I didn't know, say, yeah, you see what you say is actually true. When I saw his wife, and he's as old as his wife. So again, at least you have a baby. At least your wife now gonna look mash up. Your wife is still a hot girl, okay? We have Pisces. We have Aries and Pisces. Aries is the beginning, Pisces is the end. So I'm getting older, younger. I'm getting you and somebody is at least 12 years difference. There's a 12-year age difference. It could be a 13-year age difference. We have flowers. We have ancient. Yes, you're going to have a kid at an ancient age. And for those of you who believe in the Bible, all of these people who had kids, them never had kids in them 20s. What age was Joseph a father? No, 70 odd. Jesus Christ was 33. Him never have kids. When you go back to the Bible days, people weren't having kids in them 20s. Niggas was like 60, 40 years old in before Christ exists years. Them wasn't 20s. Did Mary Magdalene... Let me look what age. What age did Mary have? Jesus. Bumbleclot, she was 15. Mary was 60. Mary wasn't even the age of consent when she had Jesus. So then this is Sagittarius rape. Okay, who was him father? What age? No wonder why they said a fucking ghost impregnated Mary. Because she was fucking 16. Let me see how old Joseph was. How old was Joseph? One of the dirty fuckers. I knew the Bible was full of some shit, right? What age was Joseph when Mary had him? Blame it on a fucking ghost. Yeah, rape. Okay, let's go. Let's see how old Joseph was. That's fucked up. If Joseph was 20, Christians have to explain. Wait. He was in his early 20s. No, if a 16-year-old get pregnant right now, if a 14-year-old get pregnant right now to a man in his early 20s, wouldn't that be considered charge? But back in the days, okay, Mary was born to a young mother. Yeah, no wonder why them say a ghost impregnate her. He was 20. He wasn't supposed to be fucking a 15-year-old. So even if the Bible can be written that way, I don't see anything wrong with you having a baby when you're older. I feel like that is the best time to have a baby. When you're older. When you're in the house, you not leave your baby lock up in a one car or lock up in your house for run go dance or for go party. You're older, you're already inside anyways. And everybody know, you see if that hole or if that not inside, not locked inside by age 30, that's not somebody you can reproduce with. You're basically making the same mistake you made at having a teenage pregnancy. And we have Libra. So I'm getting that's a balance. I mean, you can have kids young and you can grow an immature young child, or you can have kids older when you have the time to actually look after them and be patient. You're already home. You don't need a babysitter. I feel like you having a baby when you're older, I think it's going to be one of the best feelings ever. It's going to be one of the best experiences you ever had. That's what I think. Let's go. We have the Queen of Cups coming out first. Yeah, you're a queen now. You're not a baby mother. I mean, yeah, you're a baby mother in the sense that you may have not gotten a ring, but me getting you're a queen. Sorry, you're not in your 20s. We are focused on looks at insecurity and men or wedding and going out on a date and man fly you out. You don't think about that. You're old. You're done. That life is done. You probably have 20-year-olds, 15-year-olds you already raised already. You were kind of just focusing on getting back in the dating life since there's no more kids in the picture. Now you have another kid. And if you look at the relationships that are ideal, it's usually the ideal ones are with the older couples. Yes, the young one, them make it look kind of glitz and glamoury on YouTube, but it's the one them are older. Them, if you watch their content, like the 40, the 50-year-old people who live together, that's a better condition to have kids in than 20-year-old posting on social media fucking matching Christmas outfits. Oh, you a hoe. So we have the Queen of Cups. You're mature as a woman. That means you won't take the anger out on the child, unlike in the 20s or 30s maybe. We have a flipper. We have a Two of Cups. Yeah, we're getting this is the best time. The Two of Cups. Yeah, we're getting you and somebody want to have kids. We're getting ooh. That's your alarm to have kids. Wait. Listen. If them tease your kid, listen to me. I came into the studio of YouTube and I said, listen, I'm here to make history, and that's exactly what I plan to do. Listen, just say, how old is your mommy? My mommy's 27. My daddy's 25. Oh, how old is your mommy? My mommy is 57 and my daddy is 76. Your parents, all your parents is like your grandma. Yeah, but your grandmommy dead. And at least my parents never fuck when them is 20s. Them was trying to make sure them live them life. So when me did born, them would only focus on me. Your mommy still a fuck the neighbor even though she married. That's what the fuck you should train your kids to like do that. You shouldn't train your kids to have fear. As parents, we shouldn't train our kids to be fearful. What are you scared of? Two of Cups. You have two loving people in your life. It no matter the age. And we all know kids get along better with them grandparents anyways. Yeah, because the grandparents had time. Because them have time. Look how much parents never make we the shit, and then when we have kids, the grandbabies get everything. Yeah, cause the older one have time. Them appreciate life more. So yeah, Two of Cups. I'm getting this beautiful Ace of Cups. Yeah, it's love. Two of Cups, Ace of Cups. You have two people that love you. Or two people who actually want to be parents. So you're scared of what other people going to say. Okay, when the fuck did what other people think did matter? Yeah, with the High Priestess. You have so much knowledge to teach this kid. Yeah, teach your kid. You're 50 something, 40 something when you have a baby. What are you afraid of? You've seen all there is to life. You've seen the criticize, bullying, racism, everything. No, you have to equip the baby now. Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, the High Priestess. Yeah, I'm getting something, boy. You're going to get. You and some. I'm getting this woman. I'm getting she never had kids before. The High Priestess. We have the Eight of Cups. Now there is something about abandonment. No matter how old, whether you're a teenager doing a pregnancy test or you're 57 doing a pregnancy test, chances are you're going to cry. Because it's a baby. So it could be something about abandonment. Suppose I get abandoned, you have to do this all over again. I remember when I was younger, me and the guy end up break up because I get pregnant, this going to repeat again. We have the chariot, me getting them not go nowhere. Especially if you get pregnant for a man who don't have children. You get me? When you get pregnant for a man, an older man who usually don't have kids, them very more patient. They're more patient as to the baby mother or them wife when she have kids because them older, they never had one before. It's not like them young and being like, yo, fuck that bitch, and can always get another girl pregnant. When you're younger, because kids is kids. But when you're older and you start realizing, boy, me never have kids, or you were very selective of the woman where you have kids with. But me getting, this is a girl though, so me getting, you're the one who's very selective, even though Aries came out. We have a chariot here. I don't know if somebody work in government sector, because me getting, you will be protected. And me getting, even if somebody don't want to be with you anymore, the kid are going to have protection. Always, always. Me getting, this is not something where you have to bother somebody. Me getting, it's always there for the kid. The chariots are Cancer, Ace of Cups. Somebody's in love or somebody always did want to be a parent. It just never happened. Or them never met the right person. Or if they met the right person, them say, this is a man or this is a woman who would drag me through the court if we ever had a baby. One more, the death card. Yeah. Maybe I lost a baby, Gemini. Maybe I lost a baby before with a high priestess. That's a secret, the death card. Maybe you did lose a baby. You were pregnant before, but you never had the kid. You lose it. You miscarried. Maybe it was a termination of pregnancy. But the chariot and the Ace of Cups, that's Cancer. Or that's saying, I have more clarity this time around. I know what to do this time around. If me think about, even though I never had kids, if me think about having kids in my 20s, I wouldn't have been focused. I probably would have been swayed by other things easily. I would have neglected the kid. I'm getting Scorpio is the change. Scorpio is usually the rebirth. Scorpio is going through a next chapter in our lives. Me getting is no time. I not see a baby here. But me getting you saying you don't even need to have kids. You will just, so okay, if you don't have kids, what are you going to do all your life? You're going to do the same thing that you and your husband would be doing after 20 years of raising kids and then went off to college. You'll just be attending to each other. But me getting something about a change, like it's time for you to take on the next cycle. Something very spiritual about this. Or me getting somebody saying, even if I'm not with you, I want you to be the one to have my kid. Well, then you should be the one they give a fucking ring to. Go to Spencer's. Whoa! In Vaughan and Scarborough. I'm going to leave it here. Until next time. Bye.